In this video, we'll cover the following. What is a histogram? What does histogram data look like? Control limits versus specification limits, interpreting the results, and 3 methods for creating a histogram using QI macros. Use a histogram to analyze the capability of a process in meeting customer specifications. Histogram data can be attribute or variable and contain one or more samples per period. Histograms consist of a bell curve and upper and lower specification limits. The QI macros histogram calculates more than 20 process capability analysis metrics. Control limits are often confused with specification limits. Control limits are calculated from the data and are used to evaluate the stability of a process. Control charts like the one shown here are used to evaluate process stability. Use a control chart to ensure your process is stable before running a histogram. The control chart in this example shows a stable process that falls within the upper and lower control limits. Specification limits, on the other hand, are provided by the customer. They are used to evaluate the capability of a process. In other words, how well does your process meet your customer's expectations? The histogram's center, spread, and shape will help you evaluate the capability of your process. CP and CPK calculations determine how well a stable process meets your customer's specifications. If you have a CP value of less than 1 and a CPK value of less than 1, your histogram will appear off-center, and the data will fall outside of the upper and lower specification limits. This is not a capable process. Reduce variation and work on centering your process between the specification limits. If you have a CP value of less than 1, but a CPK value greater than or equal to 1, your histogram will be centered, but the data will not fit within the upper and lower specification limits. Work on reducing variation in your process to reduce the spread of your histogram. If you have a CP value greater than or equal to 1, and a CPK value less than 1, your histogram data will fit between the upper and lower specification limits, but it will appear off-center. Work on centering your process more evenly between the customer's specification limits. If you have a CP value greater than or equal to 1, and a CPK value greater than or equal to 1, your histogram will be centered, and the data will fall within the upper and lower specification limits. Congratulations! You have a stable and capable process. Let's talk about the 3 methods for creating a histogram using QI macros. Method number 1, a quick histogram for existing Excel data. Simply highlight your data, then find histograms from the Histograms and Capabilities section of the QI macros menu. You'll notice there are several options here. Refer to the link at the end of this video for more information on the various types of histograms. For this video, we'll select the most common histogram with CP/CPK. Enter your specification limits at the prompts, or use the calculated defaults. Enter an approximate number of bars to display, or click OK for the default. QI macros will draw your histogram and specification limits and list the capability metrics. Method number 2, a histogram template. Use a template for ongoing data collection. The histogram template populates automatically as you enter your data. You can save the template and add more data to your histogram as you collect it. You'll find the histogram template in the Capability Templates section of the QI macros menu. Select Histogram with CP and CPK. The template will open to an instruction sheet containing links to free training resources. There are several types of histogram templates available. You can click the links in the instruction sheet to learn more about them. Select a histogram template and type or paste your data in the input area. The histogram will populate automatically. You can enter your customer's specification limits in these fields, or just use the values QI macros calculates based on your data. Be sure to save your histogram template with a unique and meaningful file name to continue adding data to it in the future. Method number 3, the Capability Suite. Highlight your data and select Capability Suite from the Histograms and Capabilities section of the QI Macros menu. QI Macros will prompt you for upper and lower specification limits. Enter those values at these prompts, or simply click OK to use the values calculated by QI Macros. QI Macros will draw a histogram, a values plot, control charts with stability analysis, a probability plot, and a capability plot. So that's it. What did we learn? A histogram is used to analyze how well a process meets a customer's expectations. Histogram data can be attribute or variable and consist of one or more samples. A histogram utilizes specification limits provided by the customer. The histogram provides calculations of CP and CPK to help evaluate process capability. And lastly, there are 3 ways to create a histogram using QI macros. Thanks for watching.